Oh, come on.
All right, Eric is looking for a second date update today with a guy named Max, and we're going to try to help him out. Hi, Eric. How are you?
Hey, guys.
Hi.
I'm great. Thanks so much for taking my call. How are you guys?
We're doing well, and you're doing great other than being blown off by Max.
Yeah. I met him from work. We work for the same company, but we're at different locations. And I thought he was great. So I asked him if he'd like to, go for a drink sometime. I mean, he seemed really surprised by that. I think the fact that I was asking, but he seemed pretty excited about it. So, we went out, and I thought we had a really good time. We seemed to really click on the day a lot and, like the same things on different levels, same opinions. Not so many things going on in the world right now, We like music, the same food, the same kinds of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously thought he was potential there, I don't know that we're both coming out of relationships, but neither one was recently that long. I was with a guy for 6 months. He was with a guy for 3 months. So it's not like we were married or anything like that. And neither one of us had a dramatic ending with our exes. So, they were just not good matches. And from what I can tell, we ended amicably.
So no major baggage to contend with.
Yeah. I'd be really surprised if he went back to the previous guy. It just didn't seem like a good connection.
You don't think that's a reason for him disappearing? Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be something else. And I'm hoping we can all figure it out. When we left the bar, he hugged me goodbye. And I've reached out to him a couple of times, but he hasn't texted back.
Okay. You can't remember any strange or awkward moments or anything that just didn't feel right at the time that you think could have played a role here?
I can't, I've been trying to think of something that I might have done wrong or that seemed off, but I can't think of anything, honestly.
So nobody went back to anybody else's place. It was just a hug and a goodbye.
Yeah. It was just time at the bar and then a hug and goodbye. And I've reached out a couple of times and he hasn't responded at all. So.
Okay. I know you guys work in separate locations, but your company doesn't have any rules against like dating another employee, does it? Because there are some places that do, regardless of whether you're in the same location or not.
Yeah, our company actually is pretty lax on that.
Okay.
So as long as it was, a different location, I think we're good.
I think ours is too. You just have to
Let them know.
State it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it gets serious.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that's so relevant. It's like when is it serious?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it date number 3 or is it date number 17 or are you planning on moving in together? And that's when you let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're not there yet.
I think that's when you'll know.
Right. All right. We'll come back. We'll call Max. We'll see what he thought of Eric as we continue with second date update here. Cincinnati's Q102. All right, so Eric and Max, they work for the same company, but not in the same location. And Eric had been wanting to ask Max out for quite some time, and he finally did. And Max actually seemed surprised by that, but he said yes. And they went out and had drinks, and they seemed to click on just about every level. They have a lot of the same viewpoints about things. They have a lot of things in common. And the date ended quite pleasantly, ended in a hug. Eric has since tried to reach out to Max to set up a second date. And Max hasn't responded, and it's left Eric scratching his head. That's kind of a quick overview here. I don't know if I skipped anything important or if there are any details you thought of that you want to add that you think we need to know going in, Eric.
Oh, well, actually, that's pretty accurate, I have to say.
Okay.
You were listening, I can tell.
I try to.
He takes notes.
I really do. Yeah. What did we do? We did a second date update recently where he was taking notes and she was annoyed.
And she was annoyed because he wanted to be a good listener. He didn't want to interrupt what she was saying.
Right.
So he's taking notes because he wanted to circle back and make some comments on some things that she was saying.
That's right. That's what I do. I take notes.
Yeah.
Let's call Max.
Hello?
Oh, dropping stuff over here. Hello, is this Max?
This is Max, yes.
Hi, Max. It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I think I probably either won something or this is like a second date update or something.
What if it was both?
Ooh.
I guess, two is better than one. So let's go for it.
Yes. All right. Let's start with the second date part. We spoke with Eric, who seems quite fond of you after your date. And it was his impression that you two connected on a lot of different levels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lots in common. You seem to have similar viewpoints. And he just overall really liked you and would love the opportunity to get together with you again. It seems that you've been busy because I guess he's reached out a couple times and there's been no response from you, which could be for a number of reasons. But we just wanted to get your feedback on Eric and what you thought of your what would you call that? A date? A drinking
A
date?
meetup.
A meetup? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could make up any number of reasons that have been busy or, away from my phone or something like that. But I'll just shoot straight with you. It's just not a good fit.
Not a good fit. Okay. Well, I mean, that happens sometimes, I guess. Any particular reason why?
I was really surprised that he asked me out in the first place.
He said you seemed surprised. Why were you so surprised?
I guess surprised, flattered. He's a lot older than me, like twice my age. And
really?
Yeah.
40s and 20s, are we talking?
Yeah, exactly. Well, without getting too specific for his sake, but, somebody of his stature and, place in the company. And I don't know. I was kind of taken aback, and not in a bad way, though, but I was very flattered. And I thought, he's taking a chance, so I'll take a chance. Why not?
So you took the chance, and what did you discover? Because, again, I keep going back to how much you two seem to have in common and relate. Is it just the age thing, or was there something else that was indicative of the age difference you thought was impassable?
Just go down the list. He's a good-looking guy. We had a really great time. We had a lot in common. He's very nice. He's a gentleman. He's just old.
Oh.
Like we were talking about what we like to do in our free time, and I like to go places and do things, get out and about, meet up with friends, concerts, going out drinking, some dancing. And his favorite thing to do is go for a walk in the woods behind his house and then knit scarves by the fire and talk about what birds that he saw while he was on his walk. So
birds are cool.
No, it's just a very nice gentleman.
So maybe a little too, I don't know, sedentary for you? Or?
I'm trying to find the nicest way to say it's just he possesses habits that are just in a different generation than my own. Is that a nice way of saying that he likes things that old people like?
Well, now.
Yeah, well, let's ask our resident old person, Tim Turner.
Hey, I'm the resident old person. I like doing old people things.
And he's young and sprightly this way.
That's right.
He's younger than me and Jen, but people think, because of his interests.
There are a lot of people in their 20s that like to knit and,
I'm an old soul.
Eat marmalade.
Tim is definitely an old soul. That's a better way to put it.
Though, I get what you're saying. I think maybe another chance before you make that decision, because that might be first impression, but he might really like you and he might kind of come your way a little bit, He may join you for some nights out dancing.
Now, are you more of in your relationship, are you more of the homebody?
I like to go out and do stuff, but I like to go do small group things.
Yeah. And you don't like to stay out for a really long time.
Well, that's because of this job has ruined my internal body clock.
So if you didn't have this job, you'd go out and stay out as late as
I'd probably stay out
Chris. later,
but I wouldn't be out to the club till 2 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
But if we're at someone's house playing games and drinking till 2 a.m. and having a intimate friend night, sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I know I won't be able to do this forever, just from a physiological standpoint. And so I want to do it as often as possible. And
Sure.
I just don't know, why not nip it in the bud right from the get-go? And if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. And that's okay.
Well, Max, this is the part of the conversation where we kind of want to bring Eric in because, as you know, he's on the phone. He's listening to everything that you're saying right now. And I'd like to give him a chance to respond to what you just said. Eric, is there any truth to what Max is saying? Do you think he's right about his assessment of you and your difference in interests?
We are of a different age, yes. I just wish... Max, honey, I wish you just would have told me that. Be a grown-up. Don't disappear. I would have respected that entirely.
Like, you still hitting raves, Max?
I mean, a few here and there. And just FYI, my generation doesn't say disappear. We say ghosted. So you can update that in your lexicon.
Stop it. You behave.
That's also indicative of, just a lack of human conversation. I don't know. I'm not going to deal with a child. This is disappointing. It could have been from the start. You're too old for me. It's fine.
Do you tend to usually be attracted to younger men?
I don't. If you look at the scope of my exes and whatnot, no. I generally am attracted to people who
Doesn't matter. Yeah, the age thing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No, I just wish there was more honesty.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
For what it's worth, I was very flattered that you did ask me out in the first place.
Well, you're a good-looking man, but yeah.
Likewise.
Okay.
I just don't know if there's I just don't know if there's legs to it for the long haul, and that's the only thing, Eric. That why not go ahead and get this out of the way from the get-go?
Yeah, and you can also just explain that to me in a text and be totally fine.
Instead of not saying anything, yeah, that it does sound. I'll give you that. That's a bit more decent, and I apologize.
Thank you. I'm going to go drink my fiber now. And
I missed what he
said.
You take his fiber. Got your Metamucil.
With the doctor.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Max, we do appreciate you having the conversation with us and helping Eric close the book on this. And we wish you both the best of luck.
Well, it was a great surprise to hear from you, and I do appreciate it.
All right. If you need help with a second date update, just send us an email and we'll start making contact.
Yep.
Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com. Coming up next, we talk about National Cocktail Day. And we also have the 1K letter of the day coming up here in just a minute. And we have some breaking news to report. Something internally has happened here at the radio station.
Really?
And we will pass that along to you after traffic from Denise.
Do I know what this is?
You might. You might.